What is the crack, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be showing you guys the things I did in the game for my game dev week 8. I didn't really get to do much because my mouse actually broke halfway through the week and it took me a few days to get a replacement, so sadly I didn't get to do a whole lot in this week, sorry. But I did quite a bit though for the time I had, so let's get into the video. Hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, give it a thumbs up and maybe share it around to some people you may think will find this interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so day one, I decided I wanted to make a menu for the game, so I wasn't just straight in to the actual level. So I made a very basic looking menu with just 2 or 3 buttons. People kept saying add credits. I've done everything so far, so just have the credits as I've done everything. But yeah, just adding a white canvas as a background with a bit of text on it, trying to make it look a little bit half decent. Then I made it where now in the game you can actually pause it and the game freezes, and then you can quit the game, or just if you needed to go bathroom or whatever, you can actually pause it. I was adding in now, I'm adding in now the ability that once you die, you lose everything. And when you go into a new level, you keep your current abilities, you keep your gold, you keep your followers. This was a bitch to do, believe me. For the first thing I did of the week, this was by far the hardest thing to do. I kept having issues where when I reloaded a new scene, there was actually 2 players instead of 1. So I had to look into a way to make the player not spawn if the player was already existent. It sounds fairly simple, but believe me, it just wouldn't work for me for some reason. We finally got it working, and then from there, I made it where the followers would stay alive with you. You would keep your abilities, you would keep your gold, your health, you'd keep everything that you had on you going into a new scene, which is handy. It's not the way I would like to do it. I'd like to learn Jason, or Jason, whatever way it's pronounced, and actually do it the proper way. But for the time being, it was a handy way to tech demo, kind of a little way to carry the data through from scene to scene without learning a whole new coding language. Also, I've now made it where when you kill a boss, the boss drops the entrance to leave you to the next level, like in the Binding of Isaac. So yeah, we're pretty much copying them on that one. I didn't really want to, but I couldn't think of another way how to do it. You can see there I'm fucking around with my snake boss, trying to make the code a little bit better on it. I didn't really need to, it was already working fine, but I decided to try and make it where when you hit it, it actually shows it got hit. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I did on day 1. Believe me, it was a bitch. Okay, so on day 3, I actually made 7 new power-ups. I know you guys are only seeing 6. The 7th one, I only just realized, recording this now, I must have deleted. So, technically I did make 7, but 6 are only now in the game. The 7th ability was to make people sleep, so you could shoot them and they'd fall asleep for a few seconds. But this one here is bounce, so your bullets come out and kind of bounce and stuff to kind of react to gravity within the room, which is pretty cool. Once the doors are closed, they should just like bounce off the doors and shit. I may give them like a certain amount of bounces instead of like a timed thing. How these work is actually they're based on distance to the player. They have a box collider on them, and once it's a certain distance away from the player, it turns on so it can actually bounce. But once it's so close, it turns off so it can actually like phase through the player. This ability is bomb. Once that hits an enemy, it blows up and kind of like damages all other enemies nearby. This one is electric. If you shoot an enemy with that, it damages them but makes them faster. So it's kind of like, do you use it or not? This one is freeze. This one hits an enemy and slows them down. This one is fire. Hits an enemy and sets them on fire. And then this one is charm. You get a random chance of it being a charm bullet, and if you hit them with a charm, they become a little follower, and they will follow you around until they die. So yeah, that all worked pretty well. That was pretty much everything I did on day 3. Okay, so on day 4, I pretty much made it where when you go into a blue skull room, you get a random power up. It's just completely random. So this is Frost. So I got the Frost ability, which is handy. Now if I reload another room, let me go up into it. I might make it where if you accidentally get like a frost and a fire or something, you might get like a water ability or something, or like maybe abilities can combine and stuff and make like other stuff. Like if you get the bouncy and the bomb, it'll make like a bouncy bomb or something, or if you get fire and charm, it makes like a charmed fire enemy or something. I don't know. That might be a down the line thing. But here's an electric. I'm gonna make it soon where it's not every single bullet is electric, because that'd be way too strong. Same with like the fire and the frost and all. I'm gonna make it where maybe 1 in 2, or not 1 in 2, 1 in 10 is gonna be the like elemented. The same way I have it set up with the charm. That is pretty much everything I did on day 4. Okay, so in day 5, I'm pretty much making my menu screen. I had an idea in my head of something I wanted. I should have did it down on paper, but I didn't. So this isn't the best, but it is something at the end of the day. I'm trying to make like a cave entrance with like rocks and stalagmites and stalactites and shit, with torches and whatnot along the wall. I couldn't seem to get it exactly how I wanted at the end of it. The stones here on the side of the wall actually kind of look like fingers, so I may turn it into like a hand or something down the line. But I just wanted to have like an ominous kind of creature at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, I couldn't get it looking exactly how I had it in my head. But I'll hopefully change this very soon, because it is not very good in my opinion. But as you can see now, I'm just changing up the image. I realized I actually am using the older version, so I go back in and update the image now in a second. I'm making the lights kind of blink and like flicker, so it actually kind of looks a little bit animated and whatnot. I might make the eyes kind of glow and like go in and out of kind of glowing and stuff. I think it would be pretty cool. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I did on day 5. So that was everything I did this week. If you guys did happen to enjoy it, please consider clicking the subscribe button. I don't give a shit about doing the whole bell thing. It never works anyway if you do it, so you can leave that out if you want. But yeah, if you do enjoy the video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you have any ideas you may think would suit the game, let me know in the comments below or in the Discord. I have a little Discord channel kind of dedicated to this little project I'm doing for the time being. So yeah, hopefully I did want to have a demo out at the end of like this week for you guys, but sadly, as with the little step backs, I didn't get to create some major stuff, so it is being delayed sadly, a week. Maybe 2. I really have no idea. I do want to have out a demo very soon for you guys, just to get like general feedback, see how well it runs on computers and shit. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and yeah, hope to see you guys in another video real fucking soon. Bye.